Welcome back to my channel Lumsy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll show you how to cut a pencil skirt with vent, pleated vent and full lining. As you can see, it's fully lined and it has pleats. So I will show you guys the simplest and easiest way to make this. Can you see how neat it's looking? If that's what you're looking for, continue watching till the end to see the sewing tips and tricks I'm going to show you on how to cut this pencil skirt with pleated vent. To cut this, I'll be using 2 yards of African fabric, and I'll also use 2 yards of lining fabric, and I'm going to go ahead to fold this into 2 like this. It's folded into 2 as you can see. Next, I'm going to draw out a line that I'm going to be starting from. So square out a line you'll be starting from. Make sure you leave at least more than ½ inch sewing allowance, and this line will now be our waistline. Next, I'm going to square down the vertical measurement. From the waist, I'm going to come down to the hip line. So take the measurement from the smallest part of your waist down to the largest part of your hip line, and that will be your hip line. Next, I'm going to take from the smallest part of my waistline down to the knee line and mark it, and I'm going to square these lines out. Take note, this skirt that I'm making has no dart, so it's a dartless waistline, is a high waistline. So I'm going to show you the lines I have here. Here is my waistline, the hip line, and then the knee length. Next, on this hip line, I'm going to divide the hips divided by 4. So take round the largest part of your hip circumference, divide that by 4. Whatever you get, minus ½ inch. So mine is 11.5, and minus ½ inch, which will give me 11 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark it here, and I'm going to square it down to the knee line. We will shape the knee line later, but first of all, let's just square this out. Next, on my waistline, I'm going to divide the waist divided by 4. Whatever you have, impute it here. Remember, I said this is a dartless skirt. So from here, I'm going to go up ½ inch, and I'll connect this line to the hip line. If you don't have a curve ruler, you can just use your hand and curve this out, but it's always nice to have a curve ruler as a designer. I'll also use the curve ruler to make a curve at the waistline. Next, we're going to go ahead and shape the knee line. For us to do that, I'm going to come down from the hip line 3 inches. This is for the hips to relax properly. And then on the knee line, I'm going to come in 1 inch. So whatever you have on your hip line, reduce that by 1 inch. And then I'm going to also drop this down. You square it down to the hemline. I forgot to tell you how many, the length of the skirt. So the length of the skirt is 30 inches. And I added 2.5 inches. 2 inches for the folding and ½ inch for the joining. So on the knee line, whatever I have on the knee line, I'm going to square it down to the hem. I have 9 inches there. I'm going to square it down to the hemline, and then I'll connect this from the hip line down to the knee line. So guys, this is actually it. You can make your skirt longer if you want. I'll go ahead and add ½ inch here and 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll use this opportunity to appreciate all my returning subscribers. Thank you for your support. And to my new watchers, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. So this is it after cutting it out. I'll use this one and cut out the back panel. To cut the back of the skirt, I folded my fabric into 2, as you can see. You can see it's folded into 2. Remember, this side is the side that is folded into 2, and this side is the side that has the fold. So that will be the center back. I have the front panel placed on it. I'm going to square out all these lines. From the center front of the front panel down to the center back, I left 10 inches. So from the center front to the center back is 10 inches for my vent. So on this line, on the hip line, I'm going to come out 1 inch. And then on the waistline, I'm going to connect from the waistline down to the hip line on the 1 inch that I have marked, like so. And then from the hip line, I'm going to come down 6 inches. This is for us to draw the butt extension, the butt allocation. So from this line, I'm going to connect to the 1 inch on the hip line, and then I curve in on the knee line, like so. So you square this down to the knee line. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you have watched till this time. So I'll go ahead and add ½ inch sewing allowance to this. This ½ inch is for my zipper allowance. I'm adding just ½ inch. So for the vent, from this zipper allowance, I'll measure out what I have here. So from here to the center back, what I have here is 9½ inches. Remember I said I added 10 inches, so minus this ½ inch, which will make it 9½. So I'm going to add ½ inch sewing allowance here. I want this to start from my knee, or maybe I'll just come up a bit. Just come up a bit. I'm going to come up a bit so that it will not, the knee line will not be too tight. So I'm going to like come up 2 inches from the new knee line. So this is where my vent will start from. I'll go ahead and add ½ inch sewing allowance to that. So this is the new line. I'm not going to use this one anymore. So I'll use this one. I'll go ahead and cut this out. I'll go ahead and notch this place. This is very important. So make sure you notch it down to the sewing allowance, the zipper sewing allowance. So when you're done, it should look like this. I'll then use this and cut out the lining. So I'll make the lining 2 inches shorter than the main fabric. This is it after cutting it. As you can see, the lining is shorter with 2 inches, and every other place is still the same. Remember to notch this place. I've also cut out the lining for the front. As you can see, 2 inches shorter. The lining is 2 inches shorter. For the front, I'm going to reduce the waistline on the front. So sorry this went off camera. I went down by 1 inch and reduce the waistline. This is for the waistline to sit properly on your client. I'm done cutting the front and the back. So these are the two of them together, as you can see, with the lining. Next is for us to sew this. So first I'm going to start with the front panel. I'll place this open like this, right side facing the right side. I'm going to place the lining like this, and I'm going to sew away ½ inch. So you sew ½ inch here and top stitch it. This is it after sewing it. I'll go ahead and align it properly, and I'm going to iron it. And then we go over to the back. For the back, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place this right side facing together, and I'm going to sew the hemline. So you place it properly and sew ½ inch away, and you're going to turn it over and understitch it. So this is the back after sewing it, and I've ironed it. As you can see, I've also overlocked the edges. So the next thing we're going to do now is that we're going to sew the back. For us to sew the back, you're going to sew away the 1/2 inch we have added, remember. So I'm going to place the zipper like this. So from here, the zipper is supposed to stop like 9 inches here. So from here, you're going to sew 1/2 inch to this place that we have started the vent, as you can see. Then from here, you're going to sew a running stitches down. So you go ahead and sew a running stitches. So for the front, like I told you, I reduced 1 inch. It was off camera, so I'm deciding to show you what I did. So from the center back, as you can see, I reduced 1 inch. This is it after sewing it. Can you see? So the next thing we'll do now is we're going to open this. Look at the center. I'm going to align it to the zipper allowance like this, and I'll make sure it's equal there, and I'll go ahead and iron this out. Make sure you iron this properly to give it a crease, because the crease will help us to make the pleats on the vent. So this is it after making the crease. As you can see, I'm going to place this on the zipper allowance. Can you see what I'm doing? So place it there, and you're going to align this like this, and you're going to pleat it. Can you see how simple it is? Very, very simple. So I will repeat the same thing on the other side. First of all, I'll go ahead and pin this so that it doesn't unravel or loosen out. I'll also pick the other side that has the crease and place it into the zipper allowance area. I'll go ahead and make another pleat on that side. So can you see we have a very nice inverted pleat there. So I'll go ahead and iron this out. Make sure you iron it properly, because this is the time that the pleat will take place. So I'll go ahead and also pin down this side. So if I turn it over to the other side, you can see the pleats. Can you see the inverted pleats forming there? So I'll go ahead and loosen out the running stitch that we have made earlier. You can actually use a seam ripper to do this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to sew this place. You sew an angle. Let me turn it the other way so that you see what I'm doing. You have to sew it from here to here. I'll use chalk to mark it. So you're going to sew an angle like this. This is it after sewing it. As you can see, the pleat. Can you see how the pleat is very neat? So the next thing to do now is to join this with the back. I'm going to place the front panel on the back panel, and I'm going to sew lining to lining and fabric to fabric. So you're going to place it right side facing together like this, and you're going to sew the 1 inch sewing allowance that we added to this. Make sure you align it lining to lining and fabric to fabric, and you're going to sew it down. After joining everything, look at how it's looking, guys. The pleat is very neat, and the lining is also very, very neat, as you can see. So if you have watched this video till this time and you have not given this video a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys for always supporting. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.